Hi, this is just a short video to show you how to use the Explore feature in Sheets. So if you go to a sheet that you've created, you'll be able to explore the data. And let me show you what that might look like if you use it with the Google form. So I had students answer questions about Civil War battles, and this was after a lesson, so it was sort of a exit slip. So I asked them, which battle do they think was the turning point in the war, which one they think was most significant, and then I asked a question about which beer they thought was best. They went to an article on that, and that's it, really. So what you can do is you can go to the actual responses and take a look at what students are saying about all of the data. So here's an example of their answer to this particular question. It seems by far most people think that the most important or turning point in this war was about Antietam. And then they told me why, and then you can look at all the other information. Now, it sometimes can become difficult for students to see what other students wrote. So what I've done in the past is I've actually found that you can share. While you can't share what I just showed you, you could share the actual sheet with everyone's responses. And so if you click on this little green thing right here, it will create this spreadsheet right here. And then I'm going to show you how to use the Explore function to kind of get a sense of what the data is saying. And students, what I usually do is I share the form with them, and then I say, go to the Explore button, and you can see the data. There's a couple of things here that you can use. One is kind of cool, is you can quickly do conditional formatting. You can just do formatting that will make it so that it's different colors. So I can make it yellow, make it red. It's just an easier way of looking at the data when it's completed. And you can edit that and make it a little bit different and change things along in here and change the colors. But we're not going to do that. If we take a look at the rest of this, I can look at this particular chart and I can say, well, the count of the battles that they would consider to be a turning point, and Antietam seems to be the most important. And if you wanted to, students could insert the chart, clicking that button, and it would create a chart with all the information from the form or other spreadsheets where they might put information there. And there's another one. You can insert the chart just by going like that, move it around. You can actually copy it and move it into another presentation or a Google Doc of some kind. And that's a way to use the Explore function to get more information out of your sheets, to give you charts and graphs and things like that almost automatically. Of course, you can insert charts as well by clicking on Insert, clicking on Chart, and then finding the chart that you want. But and you can change the data, give you different versions of that chart. Like this might be a more pleasing way to look at that information, and students can work and do that as well. I just thought that it's simpler for you sometimes just hit that one button and see what Google kind of automates all of that and gives you the data instantaneously. So that's one way to use the Explore function in Sheets. Next, I'll show you how to use the Explore function in Docs. Okay, so this is the Explore function in Docs, and it's the same kind of button. You hit this button down here, it will expand, and then you will see all the things that are there. Now, one of the cool things about this is that it allows for you to quickly insert images into the document, and you just click on that plus button, and whatever your cursor was, it will insert that image. I'm going to take that off because I don't want that there. You can click on more, and you can get more images. Basically what it's doing is it's just reading what's in your document and coming up with what they think might be important topics. And so off to the side, it's getting Civil War pictures. And here you also have some quick searches that they came up with. If I hit this plus button, it will insert that text, whatever was there, and it will also insert a notation at the bottom, a sourcing notation at the bottom. And so that's great. And you click on more, you'll get more information from other sources, and you could just quickly add it. The other function that exists is topics that I also wrote about. So click on Google My Maps. Things that are written in there, or links and things, will also appear off to the side. So I talked about American Civil War. I wrote about this. It will pull up things from the web, quick searches from the web, which I can then click on, and it will open up another screen. I could look at images related to that particular topic, and also it will search my drive for other documents that I wrote about the Civil War, where American Civil War was a topic. And if I click on that, it will open up those documents. So where you've got other things, it kind of basically is a way to explore and connect and find out other information about that particular topic. Maybe it's things, images, it's other searches that exist, and it's even topics that have come up that it will search through in the internet, either through the web, other images that exist on the internet, or in my actual drive where my documents are. We've talked about that particular topic. Now, the interesting thing is if it doesn't pull up the things that you want automatically, if it doesn't just, it's reading your document and coming up with things that it thinks that might be important for you, you might want to, maybe you didn't get what you wanted, so you can just search in here. I'll show you where you do the search. You go right, it'll look like this at the top, and you just type in, and let's say I wanted something specifically on Fort Sumter. Click in Fort Sumter, I'll get Google search here, I'll get images here that deal with that particular topic, and then anytime I ever talked about Fort Sumter in another document that I have, it will appear here. So it's a way to kind of explore ideas that they think you might want, and then you can also customize it and search for things in particular. Of course, there are other ways of inserting images. You can just hit Insert, and then click on Insert. Click on Image, a drawing, an equation. You can insert other things, but it seems like it's pretty intuitive, and it's kind of right off to the side there. It's a good place. So that's how you use the Explore function in Google Doc. Okay, so this is finally how to use the Explore function in Slides. And the nice thing about the Explore function in Slides is that in addition to all the research tools that you have that you also had in Docs, you have the ability to also kind of do some formatting off to the side, some quick formatting. So I just typed in Civil War. I already have presentations on this topic, but if I click on this, it will format the slide so it looks like that. And you can do that to kind of quickly make your slides look nice. And if I, let's say, add another slide, and I want to insert an image, let's say I wanted to do the Battle of Fort Sumter, okay, click on Fort Sumter, click on Images, and I could quickly insert that, and it will become the entire slide. Let's say I want to get two images on the same slide, okay. I've got those two images, but that doesn't look so great, and I really don't want to spend the time to kind of make them look nice. So if I go back to this Explore function, and I kind of move them around a little bit, it will allow for me to quickly make some quick formatting. I can make it look like that. I can make it look like that. Make it look like that. It's basically a quick way to add in images and make them look nice. So let me do another slide. We'll do Antietam. Okay, click on battles. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. And I'll put that image in there. Go back to the Explore function, and it will allow for me to kind of do different kinds of formatting of that particular image. Maybe I want to do an image of Frederick Douglass. Okay. Click on an image. Let's say I've got that. Click on that. Go back here, and it will give me all different kinds of ways to show that particular image. Play around with this function because it really makes quickly can make your slides look very nice and easily presentable. In addition to those kinds of things, it will also allow for you to do general research, as you saw. So if I type in Frederick Douglass, okay, and I found this is an interesting article about Frederick Douglass. I can click on that and it will take me there. Open up a new link in another tab. There's all the information from Wikipedia about Frederick Douglass. There's other websites, like history.com is a good source, and so on. I can click on images that relate to him. That's his house right there. We want to put that in there as well. Sorry, should have clicked on the little plus button. And then that will be in there. I could also put in, let's say, find another article that I've written in Drive and put that in there if I wanted to. I mean, not put it in there, but like look at that article. And now it's giving me some interesting layouts where it puts his house next to his face and it kind of puts them in pretty. It could also put them like that or like that. That doesn't really serve my purpose because it kind of blocks too many things. But it gives you a lot of different ways to quickly get those two images to exist side by side on the same slide, and you kind of don't really have to do any like grabbing and moving the image around and making it bigger. It automatically does it for you. So that's how you use Google in Slides. That's how you use the Explore function.